Let's get this thing cracking, man. The other camera set up for the YouTube, baby. We here, baby. Teamendless83 podcast. Yeah. Back, baby. Another Tuesday, baby. Another episode. Told you gonna be between 6 and 7. I'm a little late, 7:30. It is what it is, man. Got the endless on the chest, man. Y'all know what to do, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this thing started, man. Alright. Let's get this thing started right, man. Everybody be safe. Spread the love. Each one teach one. It's enough to go around for everybody. Uplift, encourage, trust God. Trust the process. God is, God did, God first. You already know what it is, man. Follow the social media. Follow Teamendless83 podcast on IG, Facebook, Kenyon Coach Kenyon McAfee, YouTube, Kenyon McAfee 3191. Follow the testimony about the motorcycle accident, of course. Kenyon McAfee Choices Interlude, a true testimony on YouTube, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me get these shout outs out the way, man. Shout out $1 million worth of game, of course. All the podcasts, you know what I'm saying, I be listening to, get my information from, staying on top, man. $1 million worth of game, Gills Arenas, Math Hoffa, Drink Champs, Joe Budden Podcast, Pivot Podcast, Breakfast Club, It Is What It Is Podcast, Kevin Mace, probably the best in the game, man. Vlad TV, DJ Academics, man, All the Smoke, Nightcap Podcast, Club Shay Shay, Stephen A. Smith Podcast, First Take, First Things First, Colin Cowherd. All my sources come from ESPN, of course. You know what I'm saying? So I get all my information, knowledge, whatever. RP Coach Lynch, RP Radio, RP Miss Riddick. Shout out Young L, baby. You be home in a minute, man. Unless you know what to do. Suitland High School, of course. District Heights, 11B. You know what to do. Uptown Northwest. Of course, I take it back to Cali for 3 years, man. San Diego, man. You know what to do, man. Shout out my man, JB, man. What's up, baby? Glad to hear from you today, baby. You know what to do, JB, baby. Get you on the podcast, man. You know what it is, man. My dog for life, man. You know what I'm saying? Love you, JB. It is what it is, man. Shout out my man Trill Will, man. You know what I'm saying? Stay strong, baby. Keep on doing what you're doing, baby. Love you, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Horace Riddick, of course, Coach E. You know what I'm saying? Bulldog 7U. They got the dub this weekend. Check them out. I think his grandson got the dub too on 9U Bowie Bulldogs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's how we rockin', still coaching, still changing lives. Shout out my man DJ Jenkins, went and checked him out, 301 Panthers, shot him out, they got the dub on Saturday, youth football. Shout out Peppermill, man, they lost to Rosedale 14-13. We're gonna bounce back, little nephew over there, shout out Vizzy Val, shout out Lil West Jr. over there, man. Shout out Lil Victor Conyers over there, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out the whole coaching staff, Peppermill, man. We're going to bounce back. You know what I'm saying? Keep on grinding, man. Loss is never a loss. It's always a lesson. You know what I'm saying? Who else shout out? Shout out my man Chop, man. Go Chop, check him out, man. Bustin' Suds, man. If you need your car wash, you know what I'm saying? Go get your car wash from my man Chop. You know what I'm saying? You know what to do. Shout out Dre the Barber, man. If you need your hair cut, man, go hire my man Dre the Barber, man, on Marlboro Pike, man. Dre the Barber on Facebook, man. Get your shits cut right. Shout out Prairie Reds, got the dreads looking right. Prairie Reds, follow her music, man. One of the greatest female rappers of all time, man. Shout out Prairie Red, man. You know what to do. She got magic hands with the head, very talented, sing, rap. You know what I'm saying? Very independent woman. Shout out my girl Prairie Reds, man. Thanks for the hairdo. Shout out, who else I want to shout out, man? Shout out Tunnel Vision Clothing Line. Shout out Howard Hill, man. referee, man, Howard Hill, man. Shout out to Rossville, Coach Pugh, man, over there, Big Mike, coaching over there, man. Shout out Coach O at Fairmont Heights over there coaching. Of course, them Rams, Coach Hill, shout y'all out. Who else? Shout out my man T-Mac, man, Green Go Cartel clothing, man. Check him out. Shout out Us Clothing Line. Check them out. You know what I'm saying? Everything District Heights, man. 11B, man. You know what we do, man. Gas station, man. Been doing it for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Shout out the real ones, man. Shout out to my mother, my father, my brother, my sister, my niece, my nephews, my cousins, my brothers, my friends, my enemies. Shout everybody out, man. Shout out to Big God, of course. God, man, you already know what to do. Hold on, what's going on with the connection? All right, shout out to Big God. Shout out Glennon Church, baby, been going there. Josh Jenkins, Pastor Jenkins, great church. Shout out District Heights Church, Pastor Bobby Manning, over there. Shout out my god brother, his church, WAP, check him out. My father at Cat Springs, check him out. Shout out Pastor Johnson, FCWC out Baltimore. If you need a good church out Baltimore, shout them out. Pretty much that's all the shout outs I think I got for the day, man. Hey, shout out to everybody, man. We gonna keep on keeping on, man. Coach Ken is in the building, man. Love y'all, man. Is that pretty much all the shout outs, man? Shout out to the Rams, man. I think they canceled the game this week. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get back popping next week. Oh, shout out my man Mike Sylvester too, man. Yeah, shout out my man Mike Sylvester. It's 13U. Shout out my man Poe coaching too as well. With his 13U squad. Shout out my dog Frank G. F. Sulin, man. Coaching, man. Man, shout out Coach Barber, ran into him, man. Coach Barber, man, love you, Coach Barber. Coach Lynch, man. Coach Pastor Preacher Lynch, man. Man, just getting all the shout outs out the way, man. That's pretty much all I can think of off the top of my head, man. Let's get down to business, man. We got a good podcast coming. Not gonna hold you long. You know what I'm saying? Coming with you all stats. You know what I'm saying? No reasons, no BS. Coming with all stats, man. We ain't talking about people. We ain't doing none of that. I'm giving you my picks for the NFL. The games from last week, all that stuff. I'll probably give you my picks. I think my picks is I did all my picks for the first few weeks. My picks ain't looking that good. Matter of fact, I think the first week I did my picks, I was 6-16. The first week I did my picks for the NFL. Last week for week 3, I was 13 of 18. Oh no, hold on. I'm wrong. Hold on. I was 8 for 16 for my picks last week on the NFL. That's good, 50%. Oh yeah, man. Shout out my man Ratio, man. You know what I'm saying? Get to school too, man. Keep doing that basketball thing. Shout out my man Butter, man. Hold him down, baby. Shout out my man Butter, man. Butter Raymond Lewis, man. My dog. Yeah, forgot that. I was 8 for 16 last week on my NFL picks. My college picks, I was 13 for 18 last week on my college picks. Did I keep my college picks from the week before? Week 2 college picks. Did I keep my college picks from week 2? I don't think so. I know I was 13 for 18 on my college picks last week, so it is what it is. You know how I do, man. Just be picking for fun, man. Alright, so like I said, Teamendless83 podcast, episode 43, NFL Week 4, titled Full Circle, man. It's a full circle in life, man. It's a full circle in life, man. It's a full circle in life, man. Keep doing you. Keep waking up every day. Trust God, man. Be solid. Don't be no Bama. Keep waking up every day, man. God got you, man. Be solid. Be solid. Be solid. Be the best man you can be, man. Be solid. Be a solid individual. Alright? You know what I'm saying? Let's get this thing started. Alright, so Thursday, October 3rd, 2024. Buccaneers are 3-1 versus the Falcons are 2-2. 8:15 p.m. kick on Prime Video. The spread is Atlanta -1.5. The total is 43.5. The money line is plus 105. I'm going with the Falcons this week over the Buccaneers. All right, Sunday, October 6th, 2024. The Ravens are 2-2 versus the Bengals. 1-3, 1 p.m. kick on CBS. The spread is Baltimore -2.5. The total is 50.5. The money line is Cincinnati 125. I'm going with the Ravens. The Browns are 1-3 going against the Commanders. My Washington football team, yes sir. The Redskins are 3-1. 1 p.m. on Fox. The spread is Washington -3. The total is 44.5. The money line is the Browns Cleveland plus 155. I'm going with the Redskins, the Commanders, the football team, baby, to bring home the win. Jaden Daniels looking very good out there, baby. Yes, he is. Alright, you got the Jets at 2-2 versus the Vikings 4-0, 9:30 a.m. Kick on NFL Network. The spread is Minnesota -2.5. The total is 40.5. The money line is the New York Jets plus 125. I'm going with the Vikings. I'm going with the Vikings in this game. I am going with the Vikings to go 5-0 in this game to beat the Jets. I don't trust Aaron Rodgers at all. I don't trust Aaron Rodgers at all. All right. Yeah, I don't trust Aaron Rodgers at all, man. I do not trust Aaron Rodgers at all. Alright, the Colts are 2-2 versus the Jags 0-4. 1 p.m. kick, CBS, the spread, Jacksonville -3. The total is 46.5. The money line is the Colts at plus 130. I'm going with the Colts to win that game. Alright, you got Miami at 1-3. The Pats at 1-3, 1 p.m. kick on Fox. The spread is New England -1. The total is 35.5. The money line is Miami -105. Miami is in a world of trouble without Tua. Without Tua, they're in a world of trouble. Alright, so I'm going with New England to win this game. I'm going with New England to win this game. Alright, you got the Bills at 3-1 versus the Texans 3-1. Should be a great game. 1 p.m. kick, CBS. The spread is Buffalo -1. The total is 47.5. The money line is Houston even. I'm going with the Texans to win this game. I am going with the Texans to win that game. Alright, you got the Panthers at 1-3 versus the Bears 2-2. 1 p.m. kick on Fox. The spread is Chicago giving -4. The total is 41.5. The money line is Carolina plus 165. I am going with the Panthers. Alright, I'm going with the Panthers to win that game. Sam Darnold, I don't like Caleb Williams. I'm going with the Panthers. Alright, you got the Raiders at 2-2 versus the Broncos 2-2, 4:05 p.m. kick on Fox. The spread is Denver -3.5. The total is 35.5. The money line is the Raiders at plus 125. I'm going with the Broncos. Alright, Broncos at home. I'm going with the Broncos. You got the Cardinals at 1-3. The 49ers at 2-2. 4:05 p.m. kick on Fox. The spread is San Francisco -7.5. Total is 49.5. The money line is Arizona plus 280. I am going with the 49ers in that game. I'm going with the 49ers. Alright, we got the Packers at 2-2 versus the Rams 1-3, 4:25 p.m. kick on CBS. The spread is Green Bay -3.5. The total is 47.5. The money line is the Rams plus 150. I'm going with the Packers. Alright, you got the Giants. You got the Giants at 1-3 versus the Seahawks 3-1, 4:25 p.m. kick on CBS. The spread is Seattle -6. The total is 43.5. The money line is the New York Giants at plus 220. I am going with the Seattle Seahawks. Alright. You got the Cowboys at 2-2 versus the Steelers at 3-1, 8:20 p.m. NBC/Peacock. That's going to be a good game. The spread is Pittsburgh -2.5. The total is 42.5. The money line is Dallas plus 115. I am going with the Steelers in that game. Going with the Steelers. Alright. Monday, October 7th, 2024. The Monday night game. Only one Monday night game this week. You got the Saints 2-2 versus the Chiefs 4-0. 8:15 p.m. kick on ESPN. The spread is KC -5. The total is 42.5. The money line is New Orleans plus 190. I'm going with the Chiefs. I am going with the Saints on the upset specials. It's cool. No, nobody gotta be on this joint. I'm going with the Chiefs. I'm going with the Saints. 2-2. Yeah, I'm going with the Saints to win the game. Upset special of the week. Saints over the Chiefs. Alright, you got the NFL top headlines. The Raiders open to trade a wide receiver. Adams, sources say they should trade him. Trade him back to the Jets so he can go with Aaron Rodgers. They're a match made in heaven. You know what it is, man. I think that's where he should go. I'm saying that match made in heaven. Alright, the Bills, Miller suspended 4 games for violating 4 games for violating policies, whatever policies. That's Von Miller, I guess. I don't know what policies he violated. That's a big loss for the Bills, though. Rodgers labels relationship with Salah great. I don't believe Aaron Rodgers. Nothing he says, man. Nothing he says. I don't believe Aaron Rodgers at all. I do not believe Aaron Rodgers when he talks. He's not a good leader. Got all the talent in the world. Not a good leader. That explains why he got 1 Super Bowl in 20 years. He don't like to show up for camp. He's an I person. He's not a me. He's an I person. He's not a team person. All right? My personal opinion from a distance. All right, wide receiver Beckham set for first practice with the Dolphins. They're going to need that, but they're going to need a quarterback to throw all these wide receivers the balls. You got Waddle, Tyreek Hill, and Beckham. You ain't got no quarterback, you're in trouble. We'll see how long Tua out. Cowboys defense end Lawrence to IR, but avoid surgery. That's going to hurt the Cowboys. Titans, Simmons returns from Tommy John injury. Tough injury return from Tom, and Steelers might stick with the hot hand at QB1. It's to stay with Justin Fields. You know what I'm saying? You lost 1 game, you're not going to go undefeated. You know what I'm saying? Bounce back this week versus the Cowboys. I believe that's who they play. Bounce back on Sunday night. Bounce back. All right. Browns D tackle Hall issued 5-game suspension by the NFL. Alright, that's the NFL top headlines. Like I said, all my sources for ESPN is from ESPN. Alright. NFL standings week 4. AFC. Start from 16 going down. Number 16 is Jacksonville, 0-4. Number 15 is Cincinnati, is 1-3. Number 14 is Miami, 1-3. Number 13 is Cleveland, 1-3. Number 12 is Tennessee, 1-3. Number 11 is New England, 1-3. Number 10 is Denver, 2-2. Number 9 is the Rams at 2-2. Number 8 is the Chargers at 2-2. Number 7 is Baltimore at 2-2. Number 6 is the Colts at 2-2. Number 5 is the Jets at 2-2. Number 4 is Buffalo at 3-1. Number 3 is Pittsburgh at 3-1. Number 2 is Houston at 3-1. Of course, at the top of the hill is Kansas City at 4-0. All right, that's the AFC. NFC, number 16 is the Giants at 1-3. Number 15 is Carolina at 1-3. Number 14 is the Rams at 1-3. Number 13 is Arizona at 1-3. Number 12 is San Francisco at 2-2. Number 11 is Chicago at 2-2. Number 10 is Green Bay at 2-2. Number 9 is Philly at 2-2. Number 8 is Dallas at 2-2. Number 7 is New Orleans at 2-2. Number 6 is Atlanta at 2-2. Number 5 is Detroit at 3-1. Number 4 is Seattle at 3-1. Number 3 coming in is my Redskins at 3-1. Baby, the Washington Commanders, the football team, is at 3-1. I'm very surprised. I ain't gonna lie. I had them going 7-9 this year. Or what is it? 7-10 or 8-9, maybe something like that. They surprised me at 3-1. Dan Quinn, the offensive coordinator, the quarterback, look like we got something, but it's still early. We had the same success with RG3. We're gonna see how long it lasts. Alright. Number 2 is Tampa Bay at 3-1. Number 1 is Minnesota at 4-0. That rounds out the NFC. Alright, NFL stats, week 4, passing yards. Number 1 is Geno Smith for Seattle at 1,182 yards. Number 2, let me start from 5 to 1, matter of fact. Number 5 is Jared Goff, Detroit at 1,015. Number 4 is CJ Stroud, Houston, 1,054. Number 3 is Dak Prescott, Dallas at 1,072. Number 2 is Brock Purdy, San Francisco at 1,130. Number 1, I already said it, is Geno Smith, Seattle, 1,182 yards. Rushing, number 5 is Jay Taylor for the Colts at 349 yards. Number 4 is Alvin Kamara for New Orleans at 362 yards. Number 3 is Saquon Barkley for Philly at 435 yards. Number 2 is Jay Mason for San Francisco at 447 yards. Number 1, of course, is Derrick Henry from Baltimore at 480 yards. Man, they keep feeding that man the ball. They're going to have a good season. And that's going to be a good, interesting matchup when Baltimore and the Chiefs meet in the championship game or in the playoffs again. It's going to go through Baltimore, Kansas City. Chiefs got that Baltimore got that running game now. Let's see if they can get over the hump. All right, receiving, number 5, Justin Jefferson from Minnesota at 358 yards. Number 4 is Jay Jennings for San Francisco at 364. Number 3, DK Metcalf, Seattle, is 366. Number 2 is Malik Neighbors for the Giants at 386. Number 1 is N. Collins for Houston at 489. Our defensive leader for tackles, number 5 is Z. Brown for Philly, 43 tackles. Number 4 is T. Anderson for Atlanta, 44 tackles. Number 3 is R. Splin for the Raiders at 44 tackles. Number 1, tied for number 1 is N. Cross and the Colts at 47 tackles. Number 1 is EJ Speed, the Colts, 47 tackles. Colts are doing a lot of tackling over there. All right, sacks. Number 5 is Miles Garrett for Cleveland for four sacks. Tied for number 3 is W. McDonald, the 4th for the Jets at 5 sacks. Number 3 is D. Jones, the 2nd. I believe that's D. Jones, the 2nd for Minnesota, 5 sacks. Number 2 is K. Van Noy, Baltimore, 6.5 sacks. He's a dog. Number 1 is A. Hitchison for Detroit, 6.5 sacks. He's a dog. All right. Interceptions. You got at 3 tied for number 3, Fred Warner, San Francisco at 2. Number 3, Kate Granger Hill for Minnesota at 2. Number 3, Tyrann Mathieu, New Orleans at 2. Number 2, Kate Joseph for Detroit got 3 picks. And number 1 is X McKinney for Green Bay, got 4 interceptions on the season. All right. NCAA Football Top 25, Friday, October 4th, 2024. These are the games. These are my picks. All right, you got Michigan State at 3-2 versus Oregon at 4-0. 9 p.m. kick on Fox. The spread is Oregon -24. The total is 52.5. The money line is plus 1,200. I am going with Oregon in that game. All right, you got Syracuse at 3-1 versus number 25 UNLV at 4-0. 9 p.m. kick on FS1. The spread is UNLV -7. The total is 58.5. The money line is Syracuse plus 210. I am going with UNLV in that game. Saturday, October 5th, 2024. Number 15, Clemson is 3-1 versus Florida State. That's my squad at 1-4. Horrible. 7 p.m. kick, ESPN. The spread is Clemson -14. The total is 47.5. The money line is FSU plus 500. I'm going with Clemson. Unfortunately, I want Florida State to win, but that would be a hard pick. My head, no homo, pause, whatever you want to say. Shout out to Cam and Mace for that pause and shit. But all right, I got Clemson winning that game. You got number 7. You got UCLA 1-3 versus number 7 Penn State 4-0. 12 p.m. on Fox. The spread is Penn State -27.5. The total is 46.5. The money line is UCLA plus 1,800. I got Penn State. You got number 9 Missouri 4-0 versus number 25 Texas A&M 4-1. 12 noon kick, ABC, ESPN Plus. The spread is Texas A&M -2, 48.5. Money line is Missouri plus 110. I'm going with Texas A&M for the upset on that game. All right, you got SMU 4-1 versus Louisville 3-1. 12 noon kick, ESPN. Spread Louisville -7. Total is 56.5. The money line is SMU plus 210. I'm going with Louisville. All right, you got Iowa at 3-1 versus number 3 Ohio State at 4-0. Shout out to Ohio State, Akron, Ohio. You know what I'm saying? Got my cousins down from there, Ohio, man. Erin, she's a big Ohio State fan. All right, 3:30 kick, CBS, Paramount. The spread is Ohio State -20.5. The total is 44.5. The money line is Iowa plus 900. Going with Ohio State. Auburn 2-3 versus, what's this say? South versus number 5 Georgia at 3-1. 3:30 p.m. ABC on ESPN Plus. The spread is Georgia -24. The total is 53.5. The money line is Auburn plus 1,200. I am going with Georgia to win that game. Number 12 Ole Miss is 4-1. South Carolina is 3-1. 3:30 p.m. ESPN. The spread is Mississippi 9, the total is 52.5. The money line is South Carolina plus 280. I'm going with Ole Miss. Number 23, Indiana is 5-0 versus Northwestern is 2-2, 3:30 p.m. Big Ten Network. The spread is IU -13.5. The total is 41.5. The money line is Northwestern plus 450. I'm going with Indiana. Alabama, number 1, Alabama 4-0 versus Vanderbilt 2-2, 4:15 p.m. SEC Network. The spread is Alabama -23. The total is 55.5. The money line is Vanderbilt plus 1,000. I'm going with Alabama. Utah State 1-3 versus number 21 Boise State 3-1, 7 p.m. The spread is Boise State -27. That's on Fox Sports 2. Matter of fact, the total is 65.5. The money line is Utah State plus 1,500. I'm going with Boise State to win that game. Number 4, Tennessee. Shout out to Benjamin, my stepfather out in Tennessee. Love me some Volunteers. Pat Summit used to love Shamika Holesclaw, that whole organization. Shout out my man B. Mays out in Tennessee, baby, doing his thing. All right, number 4, Tennessee, 4-0 versus Arkansas, 3-2, 7:30 p.m. ABC versus on ABC/ESPN Plus. Spread is Tennessee 13.5. Total is 59.5. The money line is Arkansas plus 400. I'm going with Tennessee. Number 10, Michigan 4-1 versus Washington 3-2. 7:30 p.m. is the kick. NBC Peacock. The spread is Washington -2.5. The total is 41.5. The money line is Michigan plus 115. All right. That's the money line. Michigan. Okay. So I'm going with Michigan to win that game. Number 11, USC 3-1 versus Minnesota 2-3, 7:30 p.m. on Big Ten Network. The spread is USC -8. The total is 50.5. The money line is Minnesota plus 260. I'm going with USC. All right, Baylor 2-3. Versus number 16, Iowa State 4-0. 7:30 p.m. on Fox. The spread is Iowa State -11.5. 45.5 is the total. The money line is Baylor plus 380. I am going with Iowa State. All right. Number 8, Miami is 5-0 versus California 3-1, 10:30 p.m. on ESPN. The spread is Miami -10. The total is 54.5. The money line is California plus 320. I'm going with number 8, Miami, to win that game. All right, the top NCAA football headlines are Bama, Georgia showdown draws massive ratings. UTEP honored to join Reloaded Mountain West. Sources: FSU, Ugulie out with a broken finger. Bet you his finger is broke when you start 1-3 or 1-4. Sources: Big Ten, SEC schedule partnership. I see that coming. Surprised they ain't got the Pac-12 in there too, but the Big Ten, Big 12, all right, okay, cool. Big Ten alters onside kick protocol after Minnesota play. NC State DN mom to bring goods to food to flood areas. Okay, that's what's up. Purdue fires offensive coordinator Harrell amid offensive struggles. That's what happens when you don't put points on the board. Tie rolls by Texas into number 1. Georgia falls to number 5. That's surprising. I don't see why. I guess it ain't surprising. Alabama beat Georgia, so they move up. Texas drops. Cool. It is what it is. 12-team playoff this year. Everybody gonna make it. All right, you got the WNBA playoffs tonight. The Aces is 27-13 regular season record versus the Liberty, 32-8, 7:30 p.m. on ESPN2. Semifinals game 2, New York leads series 1-0. I actually picked New York, but I'm gonna change my pick. I think the Aces is gonna win this game. Aces is gonna tie up this game tonight. The spread is New York -4.5. The total is 164.5. The money line is Vegas plus 165. The Sun is 28-12. The Lynx is 30-10 with a regular season record. 9:30 p.m. Tip off ESPN2. Semifinals game 2. Connecticut leads the series 1-0. The spread is Minnesota -4.5. The total is 152 and a half. The money line is Connecticut plus 165. I am going with the Connecticut Sun to win this game, to go up 2-0. Alright? And that's pretty much gonna wrap up episode 42, man. ESPN, not ESPN, Teamendless83 podcast, episode 43, NFL Week 4, titled Full Circle, man. Take that in. Life is a full circle. Thank you for coming out with me, man. I'll be back next Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Looking sweet, love the hair. You know what I'm saying? Of course, always got on the goats. You know what I'm saying? MJs, you know what I'm saying? You know what I do. You know what I'm saying? Endless on the chest. Endless tatted on the chest. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. And we out of here, man. Tune into the IG, man. If you want to hear the intro and the outro music. The intro and the outro music. You know what I'm saying? Tune in. Those are very special to me on the IG, man. Like, subscribe, share on the YouTube when I upload it. Be up there tonight. Like, subscribe, share, hit the bell. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I'm coming live every Tuesday around this time between 6, 7, 7:30, probably at the latest. You know what I'm saying? Just giving you stats, information. Just doing this for the love, man. Love sports. You know what I'm saying? Just getting back into my bag, man. Everybody be safe, man. Enjoy the rest of your week, man. God is, God did, God first. You know what to do. Teamendless83 podcast. Coach Ken and this Capo, baby. Signing off, man, on the YouTube. See y'all next week, baby. Let's get this outro music.